Hey guys, Enrique Novello here, head coach at Rare Fit. I want to share a quick story. So, I started training a woman in Brooklyn years ago. Let's call her Susan. Susan was a great person, great client. She worked really hard. She was very, very consistent. But she couldn't take a compliment from anyone for anything at all. If someone told her she looked great, she'd say something like, thanks for saying that, but I look terrible or fat or some nonsense like that. She was always looking for what was wrong. So she kept finding this version of herself who couldn't win. So I invited her to go home and pull up a picture of herself from a year ago, and then find a mirror and have a quiet moment with herself. A few seconds, a minute, whatever. So she writes me back later that day, OMG, my legs are so much smaller than they used to be, which is something she really wanted. My arms and shoulders look amazing. I actually have a lot of clothes I can't fit into anymore. She's going on and on about all these changes that she's just discovering about herself. And the funny thing is that all this information was available to her before that point, but she wasn't looking for it, so she wasn't able to enjoy it yet. Now, she had set her thoughts on her ultimate results. She had a clear picture of who she could be 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 2 years from now, and she was working towards that direction. Now, a few months after this, she comes in to see me and she's laughing because a friend of hers had invited her to a wedding in like a month or two. And her friend's going crazy, looking for personal trainers and taking a bunch of spin classes and not eating carbs and just going nuts. And Susan's loving it because she had just bought herself a dress 2 weeks ago just because it made her feel good. Something that showed off her arms and her back and her shoulders, and she was celebrating a victory. So the change she had made, and this is where she turned the big corner, is that she was now looking for a string of small successes. And that's exactly how she spent her time. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about mindset. And what do I mean by that? I mean simply the state of your thoughts. Like, what do you choose to think about? And are you aware of the feelings that your thoughts bring up in you? We know it's very, very easy to look for what's wrong. And when we look for what's wrong, we find it everywhere. The thing is, when you're driving after your ultimate results, the game is to find the things that make you feel good. And the trick is that it's just as easy to find what's good as it is to find what's wrong. We're set up to win this way. And knowing this, you can gain momentum in any direction you choose. So I invite you to have a quiet moment with yourself. Ask yourself honestly, don't blame, don't judge. Just ask yourself, what am I driving towards? What results am I looking to achieve? And then look for clues about what will get you there and get resourceful and take action. Small actions carried out consistently over time. A string of small successes. If this was helpful, please leave a comment. I'd love to read about it. Thanks for listening. Peace.